Yo, what's up, people? Today we're looking at Arms of God, which is a survival-like, bullet heaven, arena-based roguelike. Very Doom-inspired, lots of heavy metal and incomprehensible creatures. And I have played a little bit before just to get a feel of what this game was about, and I have to say it's a welcome entry to the genre. This is releasing on the 8th of June, which is in a few days, so be sure to pick it up if you're interested, because usually there is a small discount for new releases. Let's jump in.
It is time. The weapon is ready. Templar, fulfill your sacred duty. Rebuild our order and stop the apocalypse.
I love that design. That was so cool. That was so cool. Okay. The world burns, and its ruins stand silent, awaiting final judgment. As the apocalypse consumes the land, only faith, forged in the fires of battle, remains. The Templar sets out on a mission with a clear purpose: to find the source of the destruction and fulfill the will of the Order. Before him lie the remnants of a fallen world, where something more than chaos and death lurks. Every step leads deeper into the darkness, where a truth long hidden from human eyes awaits. Alright, let's jump into this crazy shit. Alright, so we have a bunch of weapons to choose from, and I believe we can have up to 6, or is it 5? I think it's 5 or 6 weapons that we can have. And these all have different kinds of stats, like some have bounce, some have pierce, some have elemental damage, and all of these things we can kind of synergize together. I just want to start with the machine gun. I think I've tried the crossbow before. So we can move our character to the left stick, we can press X on the controller to dodge, basically, and we are completely invulnerable to damage while we dodge. The nice thing about this survivor-like is this is like round base, and there are like 15 rounds, and the rounds are quite short, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 90 seconds. They're all quite short, and they're all designed differently. There's all different kinds of levels and scenery to see, so I think this does a lot for kind of making the game not feel stale, So, sacrifice collected souls to purchase weapon upgrades, global character upgrades, and new weapons. You can hold up to 5 weapons at a time. Purchase one of the available weapons now. So, we do kind of want to look at our synergies a little bit. I mean, actually, for now, it doesn't matter. Let's go with the shotgun. Throw that in. So we have the option to attach this, or straight up just make it a separate weapon. We're going to go with a separate weapon for now. I'm assuming that gives you more power at this stage of the game. So leaving behind souls will be consumed by the crux, so I'm not sure what that does. I know that there is like a crux level up system, and I don't know if those are the souls that are contributing towards that. I mean, I would like to assume they are, but I'm not quite sure about all of that. So in these early levels, there's not too much to do. There's some like little objectives scattered around, but really in Act 2 and 3, that's when it gets the most interesting. All statistics have a global impact on your character and weapons. Blessings modify your character's stats and globally affect all weapons. Yeah, so the blessings are just permanent character upgrades. Well, not permanent, but for this run. And we can refresh our options here. That's only going to cost 3 souls right now. And we're gonna go with a shotgun to merge with this one. We should get a melee weapon. We should definitely get a melee weapon. Maybe I'll lock that one. And we can lock weapons here so that we can see that they'll still be here next turn, as I'm sure most of you are already aware. Okay, so this objective, you have to kill enemies that are inside of the circle. I mean, what bothers me a little bit about it is the enemies have to be inside the circle. So sometimes if you're too powerful, like, you kind of have to draw enemies into the circle, because you know, if you're too powerful, the enemies will never get into the circle and you'll never make any progress. It would be much nicer if you just had to be in the circle, but that's a small little gripe I have. So this game, in my opinion, is doing a lot to make the formula feel fresh. Enhance individual weapons by adding special upgrades, like projectiles, enabling them to bounce off enemies. So we can add some projectile bounce. Oh no, these are just extra projectiles. Always pierces enemies, alternates between thrust and slash. Yeah, let's take a melee weapon just in case we get like ganked too much. Sure, let's add fire damage to this. Why not? It's already a flaming sword. And we can kind of see these little icons above our weapons, kind of indicating us to what synergies we have. Put that holy damage on our main weapon, and we will keep going. Yeah, the nice thing that I like about this Survivor-like, you know, when Vampire Survivors came out, and it was a big hit back in the day, I'm sure all of you remember that, and you probably all had it on your phone, if not still have it now. You know, when that game came out, it was like a big deal, and there was another one like Hollow Cure or something like that. And there have been a bunch of good ones. There was another one that I like really enjoyed. I think it was like Dead Before Dawn or something like that. That one I really enjoyed too. And I'm sure there's many more. There are many, 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 many more. But then the genre started to get very stale. It started to get very boring. Everyone was just copying each other and basically just changing the packaging. It got, like, I kind of thought this genre was dead in the water. But recently, I've played a few that really, like, really give me hope. Let's add some projectiles to this. To the shotgun. Shotgun, more projectiles. That has to be good. More fire damage. Do I really care about health? I don't really care about health right now. Let's lock that. Oh, rarity find, let's lock that too. Lifesteal is probably important, but I'm not sure if I want to trade crit for that. Yeah, I thought this genre was dead in the water, but it's absolutely not. Recently I've played Ember and Blade. Ember and Blade is absolutely fantastic. It's kind of going with Hades' storytelling style, but it's survivor-like. And also, what I like that it's done is the gameplay is focused on exploration. You know, a little gripe that I have with survivor likes is like, you know, the ability to, or well, used to be the ability to not have to travel. So for example, if I played Vampire Survivors with my wife, you know, she's a casual gamer, and it's not inherently apparent to a casual gamer who plays sparsely. Like, there are places to go in Vampire Survivors. Like, there are places to travel to, but you can just play the game with just standing in one place, right? And, you know, making the game more exploration based, like these newer games are doing. Buy a weapon and merge it with a weapon of the same type to upgrade it to a higher tier. Merging weapons is the key to discovering powerful builds. Each discovered weapon merge is automatically added to the codex. Oh, I didn't know that you could combine weapons of different types to make new weapons too. Like I thought it was just kind of like tacked on to the weapon. I didn't really understand the first time I played. So that's interesting. So after upgrade, adds critical chance permanently on kill. Multiple projectiles fire in a straight line. Each skill use increases weapon damage until the end of the wave. Ooh. And we can also see our damage on each weapon for that round, which is interesting. It's good information to have. Auto cannon. Yeah, we want that. And we'll take more fire damage. And we'll take that too. Oh yeah, we can take that now. Alright. We can attach that to the flame sword. Yeah. What I like recently, these games are adding more elements into the genre. You know, it's not just stand in one place, collect synergies, and hope you have good RNG. Like, now they're starting to add in exploration. You know, this particular game has this round-based system which keeps it fresh. There's different layouts, there's different objectives, and, you know, all the good dopamine stuff that we're kind of looking for. And this one, you know, obviously is a little bit more action-based, especially when you get into the later levels and you're having to, like, dodge area of effects on the floor. It starts to get really messy. Yeah, but, you know, the innovation on this genre is starting to do well again. Also, I played Hellforged. Hellforged is also another really good example of a recent survivor-like that is, like, trying to change the formula just a little bit and keep it fresh. But, you know, honestly, I thought it was dead. Alright, we got big souls this time. I don't know if I want the spear this time. Oh, well, I am kind of like holy damage the character, so let's just add this as a separate weapon. Alright, let's get that. And explosive explosion chance. Let's go with explosion chance. Wait, hold on. No. No, I don't have any synergy for that. That would be like stupid. Yeah, you know, when I first played this, especially in Act 1, at 1 I felt it was too easy on my initial playthrough, and 2 I kind of felt like I was really excited to, you know, be in a different room for 15 rounds and like for the scenery to change around me. And then I started to feel like, well, all you really do is like go around the perimeter of the arena and try to make sure that you don't miss out on any loot that's lying around. Until I got to Act 2, and Act 2 is really where they start throwing in much more intricate layouts. At least that's how I'm assuming it works. Maybe it's just random. Maybe the layout is just completely random. But it felt like in Act 2, the layouts were much more intricate, much more harder to navigate. And that's when I really felt the game, and I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is fun. They've done a really good job on this game. 8th of June, 2026, by the way. But even if you have no intention of buying it, I honestly would try out this demo, because the level of free entertainment being proposed here is pretty damn crazy. This is free. Demos aren't here forever, so if you want to spend 2 hours of your weekend not doom scrolling, come and join the party. I'm not really interested in health, because I feel like the first level is just kind of, it was a little bit of a cakewalk, so I just kind of want damage. Pierces through enemies, let's go. Weapons can be combined by inserting one into another. Upon merging, the combined weapon is lost and some of its stats will not be transferred. Right. I still wasn't entirely sure how this worked, like I was evolving my weapons somehow. But I can't say I knew what I was doing. Holy damage, let's go. For the Lord, baby. the stuff I come out with sometimes. Alright, seriously, forgive me for my commentary, because like, honestly, you know, first of all, anyone here, like if there is anyone here, like I'm an atomic-sized YouTuber, right? Like atom-sized YouTuber. And when I, you know, first thought about YouTube, I never kind of thought about really sitting there and just commentary, you know, making commentary over like just standard gameplay. That wasn't really in my mind before I started YouTube. So I've never really had any intention of that, and purely because I just don't think like I'm the best person to listen to talk sometimes. Like I feel like I need a script. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I need a script. I can ramble on a little bit. Oh, hold up. I mean, I'm starting to take damage now, so I think maybe I should just invest in a little bit of lifesteal or something. Yeah, I never intended to do this kind of content. I always wanted to do something scripted and a bit more thought out. But such is life, hey? Alright, we got big souls. We need good RNG. Let's just throw these upgrades on to our main weapon. Oh, that was a character upgrade. Awesome. Come on, RNG. RNG goddess. Minus fire damage? I think not. I think not, buddy. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Flame Sword. And we can get some armor there as well. Yeah, I completely neglected to get defensive upgrades, didn't I? My bad. Yeah, do you know what? I'm just giving away my $1 million ideas here. Honestly, I'm giving away, like, you know, whoever catches on to this and can actually, like, develop, good on you, bro. Honestly, so here's the idea, right? I think this genre needs to kind of go with Metroidvania. I think it would be really interesting if you could get Metroidvania upgrades, but let's say, for example, okay, this door over here, if you could, like, upgrade your hammer enough to bust the door and, like, you know, go through into another area, go, you know, explore a place that was previously unexplorable, but that upgrade isn't permanent. You have to get the upgrade through synergies and managing your economy, essentially. So Metroidvania, but the upgrades you need to travel to new places aren't permanent. Like, you know, like, you know, give this genre, like, the story, give it a little bit more variety, give it a little bit more action, and this is a genre. This genre is a banger. Everyone loves these survival-likes because it really is something that, like, you know, I was talking about this in my previous video. Hold on a sec. Let me lock into these upgrades. Alright, let's get the armor so that I don't get, like, completely one shot. Damn, I forgot what I was. Oh, yeah. So in my previous video, you know, I was kind of talking about sometimes you just want to play something simple, and I feel like that's why people love this genre so much and why there's so many copycats. I mean, I guess partly the reason there's so many copycats is because compared to other games, this is relatively easy to develop in comparison to what you could be doing, you know, in comparison to GTA, for example. But ultimately, sometimes people want to be entertained, but they, you know, sometimes you don't want to be doing math or, you know, frame perfect dodges or whatever. Sometimes you just want to control one button and run around and kill stuff and get dopamine. You know, and I feel like this is a really popular genre, so I'm happy to see. I say all that to say, ramble over on this topic, maybe, but I say all that to say, I'm happy that this genre is continuing to spread its wings, and people are continuing to be creative with it. Health regeneration activates a few seconds after the last hit received. Its value depends on the character's stats. Alright, so we just have to not get hit and we'll start regenning. I like that, actually. I really like that. You know, I hate in Vampire Survivors when you've got, like, no health and you just have to run around for 20 minutes with absolutely no health, fretting for your life. I should stop yapping and start dodging more. I'm honestly scared to go to the left now. I keep getting chewed up every time I go over there. Alright, we need defensive upgrades. We need to stop with this nonsense before I completely embarrass myself. You know, after saying this level was too easy, and then I'm going to go ahead and feed. GG's, man. 60% HP rate. That sounds like it's defensive. We can unlock that. Holy damage, baby. Praise the Lord. And armor. Yeah, exactly what I'm looking for. 11 out of 15. It's gonna start to get tough. But yeah, you know, my ramble is a little bit disconjointed, but those two games, if you're interested in this genre, Ember and Blade, Hellforged, both really good. If you like this one, you will probably like those two. And Ember and Blade has a pretty generous demo as well. I should do a video on Ember and Blade. Really? If you want to see it on the channel, let me know. I'm not quite sure what these little like balls on the ground are. I mean, they're obviously like interactive things, otherwise I'm sure they wouldn't be colored that way. Like they wouldn't have that texture on them, but like, and also like wait, hold on, let me lock in. What am I like? Oh, they're like little poison things. Jeez. Alright, we're going with the armor. We're gonna stop screwing around. Alright guys, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. Let's go with the armor. I cannot believe I'm about to feed after I complained that the first level was too easy. Act 1 was too easy. Typical, right? I mean, it probably helps that I wasn't trying to talk and play at the same time. I also just need to use my dodge more. I feel like I got conditioned to the other character because the other character's dodge has a longer cooldown. And now I've like conditioned myself to not use it unnecessarily. Right, hopefully in this next 50 seconds we can loop back around and collect all those souls I just left. I don't think we're looping around and getting those souls. Honestly, this is like incredibly hectic. Do you know what? I don't feel like I have the synergies in this run. I do not feel like I have the correct synergies at all. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my days, oh my days. This is not good. This is not good. I mean, yeah, I have put a lot of power into my sword. But that's what happens. That's what happens when you're talking. You get distracted. But I'm literally... Alright. Let's take more holy damage. Taking more health. XP gain and pick up rank. I mean, I would like that. But I just feel like if I spend it now, might not be the best choice. Has that been locked the whole time? That's been locked the whole time and I've not been paying attention. Let me tell you. I feel like I need to explain this. I have never, like, sat and played and just talked the whole time. This is why I script things, because I play like absolute garbage. But hopefully we can lock in, we can time some frame perfect dodges. Focus on the game, guys. Focus on the game, not the gameplay. Not the gameplay, not the synergies. Just the game. Let's go. So, Summer Games Fest. Summer Games Fest. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. Hoping to make a couple videos on some findings. Oh. I would also like to understand why some of the enemies aren't like going for me. Why are they just like standing and like having a little party? I mean, I appreciate it because I'm not doing too well now with the ones that are going for me. Why is there this little cove where I can get stuck? Oh my gosh. I mean, are they distracted by the cross? I'm not quite sure. Why so many enemies are like on screen but not engaging with me. I mean, more damage is an option because, I mean, if we kill everything, we can't be killed by anything, but yeah, it's looking pretty rough. Screw it. Let's get this out of the way. Each skill increases weapon damage, which is going to be very impactful. More damage. Let's lock that lifesteal and hope for the best. 14 out of 15. 2 more crusades. Hopefully we can handle this. I do not like you jumping, guys. Right, so with every skill use, our damage is going to increase on our shotgun. So we've got to keep that in mind. We don't want to jeopardize ourselves, but at the same time, we do want to charge that up. I do need a little bit of lifesteal. I should have picked up a little bit of lifesteal earlier and I would be Gucci right now. Ooh, I just don't like all these balls on the floor. There's just so many. Oh, you can like destroy them though, so that is helpful. I guess that's what makes a melee weapon helpful. Now, I'm pretty sure there was like a camera zoom setting at the beginning that I like overlooked. I feel like I'm a little too zoomed in, and that's why sometimes I'm not sure what I'm dodging toward. Alright, I think we're gonna make it. But do you know what? I'm not sure I feel like I can survive the next level. I'm not sure if I can actually beat the boss though. Right, lifesteal. Do not forget the lifesteal. Let's add projectiles to the shotgun. I mean, that's gotta be good. And yeah, lifesteal, but we don't have explosion, so I mean, I guess if this is our last upgrade, we just take it. Alright. Wish me luck. Wish me luck, I'm gonna need it. So my gameplay has been absolute doggy. You know what I'm saying? This boss is a fairly easy pattern though. Watch me embarrass myself now I've said that. Alright, let's go charge this up. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit counterintuitive to stand around this. I really just want to stand inside. Maybe that's just me though. Right, 8 relics. Right, if we don't get hit for a while, we will recover, along with our lifesteal. I really like being able to recover health so quickly. I feel like that just adds to the game, you know, like, give me a chance to recover, like, don't let me RNG to find a freaking chicken on the floor, or in like, some loot crate. I don't want RNG chicken, just like, give me a fair chance to play well and restore my health. I think that's a really good feature. And it facilitates the action, right? This is supposed to be a little bit more of an action game. You can definitely see in Act 2 with these kind of area of effects on the floor. In Act 2, the area of effects really like start messing with your brain a lot. And that is the action part of this game, right? Dodging all these things on the ground. Yeah, this game is done really well. I mean, do I have to kill this though? Like, is that... Alright, yeah, okay, that's a crusade complete. I thought I failed because I didn't kill the boss, but I mean, we must, like, get something for killing the boss, surely. Alright, let's see how much damage our weapons did. 43k, 16k, 2k, 3k, 2k. Yeah, not my best showing. Not my best showing at all. So that was Arms of God. Between the several acts, characters, meta progression, which we can see here in the background, and short arena-based levels, actual challenging to dodge obstacles, I think these guys have kind of cracked the code in replayability and adding something fresh to the survivor-like genre. If you're still here, consider subbing. Let me know if these style videos are lit or shit. Enjoy Summer Games Fest, and I wish you all lower RAM prices.